James, you've recently been in New York, so we had 2 dead cops. We had a councilwoman who was saying who wants to defund the cops coming out at the same time as 2 New York police officers were killed, and there were huge scenes. Talk us through it, James.
Well, look, there's been 2 police shot dead. There's been incredible scenes in New York City where the police lined Fifth Avenue. I don't know if we've got any of the vision here. Can we have a look at some of the footage here or some of the imagery of this? It is just incredibly powerful stuff. The widow of one of the dead cops gave an incredibly powerful eulogy in which, do we have some of that footage? Because it's incredible stuff that people really ought to have a look at. Okay, I don't know if we have that, but you know, imagine Fifth Avenue, New York, with thousands of police officers in full dress uniform. The widow gave an incredibly powerful eulogy against you know, what's happened, the way her husband's death has been talked about, because, you know, they've blamed it on the gun, not the criminal, and all these sorts of lefty things. There's a new mayor in New York, Eric Adams, who's fighting to change some policies. The governor in New York is not coming to the party on a lot of this. But it is really something, because a lot of people are saying that now this is finally this sort of critical moment in the life of New York where it's time, and we've seen this time and again, you know, we saw this before Rudy Giuliani came into power, you know, back in the 90s. Here we are. Have a look at that. All of them, thousands and thousands and thousands, just standing there saluting and paying respect to their fallen comrade. And there's much more like that. You can find it on Twitter. It's really quite incredible.
The aerial shots are quite incredible when you see just the massive police.
The whole city. The whole city.
It really is. Yeah, have a look.
And yet these clowns in the left, they want to defund the police. They think it's clever to talk about defunding the police, and at the same time, crime rates soaring in America. And let's have a listen now to the widow that you mentioned, James.
The system continues to fail us. We are not safe anymore. Not even the members of the service. I know you were tired of these laws, especially the ones from the new DA. I hope he's watching you speak through me right now.
And there was also, I also want to now play you the counterpoint to that, Rita and James. Take a look at the brazenness of a shoplifter. So this is America, where literally we're saying defund the police, the left are saying. At the same time, you've seen those tragic scenes of the police who are slain in the course of duty. But have a look how the crime rate has just soared. Here's a bloke, this bloke just literally wanders into the shop, wanders out past the security guards, just taking whatever he feels like. Have a look. He literally just get rid of.
This is
unbelievable.
We could make that a regular segment. That's nothing, Rowan. Yeah. There is footage coming out of places like San Francisco almost on a daily basis of these raids where they just go in, grab whatever they can carry and walk out. And nobody does anything, and they don't get prosecuted.
And that CVS or that drugstore, that convenience store that happened on, if you follow it on, you can see the street signs where it was. That's on 60th Street and 2nd Avenue. That's the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So, you know, if it's happening there, you can imagine what's happening in the rest of the city.